Some of you will know that Lizzie, my wife, likes to go to Speaker's Corner and engage robustly with Muslims, which is great. Having said that, there are some consequences to that, and someone put up a really unpleasant video on YouTube cutting her debate with a group of Muslims with these quite offensive cartoons. Well, it was really good to last night be able to sit down with Lizzie and pray for those people, pray God's blessing on them, as difficult as that was to do. And this is quite serious. You know, they do hate Lizzie, and this is genuine persecution. And by the way, we have referred it to the police, and hopefully they'll take it further.
It's a major point of reference in contemporary Christianity, particularly Protestant forms of Christianity. That to be truly Christian is to undergo or experience some kind of persecution. It's a huge theme, it's a recurring motif in a lot of New Testament texts. Jesus is supposed to have, made reference, you will be persecuted for believing in me. You've got all sorts of stories and traditions in texts like the Book of Acts, a lot of the Pauline letters. There's a sense in which Christians in the West, and I'm being quite careful about saying the West here, the West have tended to argue that they're being persecuted. Those Christians aren't being persecuted. Christians are being persecuted in Iraq at the moment. Christians are being persecuted in Egypt, for example. That's real persecution. And there are Muslims being persecuted all over the world too. But Christians in the West quite often have a sense that somehow, because of the increased emphasis on secularism, which is different from atheism, because of the increased emphasis on secularism in the West, of which I'm a firm supporter, there's somehow a sense that what used to be a given, that certain Christian privileges would be honoured, respected, ring-fenced, that's no longer the case. And they're crying persecution because it's a part of their identity, it's a part of Christian identity to be persecuted, to be thrown to the lions, like Daniel in the den, or like in the Roman period. There's this sense somehow that you're not a real Christian unless you're suffering. Look at the example of Jesus. But it's bollocks. They're a real Christian. I'm sorry about my language. My mum will slap me. There's a real sense somehow that to be, they don't understand how privileged they are in the West. Christianity has been privileged in the West for 2,000 odd years. There are people that really are being persecuted and suffering in the world, not just for their religion, but for their sexuality, for their gender, their ethnicity. Tone it down, Christians, is what I would say.
Yes,
that's the psychology of this.
The psychology of it is that this kind of persecution complex allows your group to really band together. It brings about social unity, and we can see that now when people use persecution rhetoric. It's sort of, it's us, this small, tiny little group against the world that's attacking us. Right. So even if your group isn't small and isn't powerless, this idea gives your group real social cohesion. Part of it's actually in the New Testament. Jesus predicts that Christians will be persecuted. Right. And so Christians say, well, see, Jesus told us that we would be. What's interesting is that when you look at the specifics of those passages, a very different picture emerges. So in the Gospel of Mark, Jesus says, take up your cross and follow me, defend me in courtrooms, and some of you who are standing here will be alive when I return.
Right.
Now, clearly,
after one generation, that starts to
that's
go,
not true.
What?
So why is it that we subscribe to the other part of this prophecy, that we're always persecuted? It's because we think that it's been proven throughout history, particularly in that early period. But Jesus' specific prophecies weren't terribly accurate. So he says that James and John, the sons of Zebedee, would be baptized with his baptism, which is sort of a euphemism for die. But John, the son of Zebedee, is the only one of the disciples not to have been martyred. That's not a great track record for prophesying martyrdom. Now, we can read this metaphorically. We don't have to read it as a prophecy about persecution. The reason that we do is because this persecution mentality is so useful when it comes to defending our turf and sort of making claims in sort of discussions about society.
Where would modern Christianity be without the persecution stories? And do you find these same or similar persecution stories in others of the world's major religions?
Right, where would we be without it? That's a really interesting question. So persecution language means that you're innocent you're right, and those other people, they don't have legitimate grievances, they just hate you. So if we could get rid of that, then we would have to try and think about why it is that those who disagree with us make the claims that they do. We'd have to try and empathize with their position, we'd have to try and understand it, we'd be more compassionate, and we'd have much better dialogue.
Who is doing the hating?